Hello, everybody. This is Linda DeVitas, owner and founder of healingsonthego.com. I'm a psychic clairvoyant medium, certified healer, Reiki healer, professional space clearer, candle manifestation channeling, and a whole bunch more. To see the services that I offer, go to healingsonthego.com. I would like to welcome everyone today. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, today we're going to talk about transmuting negative energy into positive, understanding the roots of negative habits. So, what we're going to talk about today is what are habits and how they are formed through repetitive actions and thoughts. A quick hello to Anne. Welcome, Anne. Thank you for tuning in. What are repetitive thoughts? What are negative thoughts? Well, negative thoughts are always the thoughts that when you don't entertain your mind, sometimes they creep up on you and they start yapping, and they're everything you don't want to hear. So that's why they say keep yourself busy, because your thoughts will start talking, and usually it's not to your benefit. Good, and I'm good. Happy super full moon today. It's day 2 of the Aquarius. Actually, it's a blue moon, so it's very powerful for manifestations. So today we're going to talk about what is negative habits. Negative habits are people that try to numb the pain of like getting some kind of gratification or relief from certain things that they do. And it's usually habits like shopaholic, workaholic, different kinds of addictions. And why do they do these things? Because there is an inner void. So sometimes when you feel like you're going through something very negative, you try to replace it in your own way. So you're going to try to do what makes you feel temporary good. So sometimes the long-term consequences is harmful, but this is the brain's reward system. So people that do shop, shop, they like shopaholics, they're doing the feel good neurotransmitter. It's released through a dopamine rush. So it's telling your brain that this is making you happy for a little short period of time. So that's when it becomes negative, because it becomes addiction. And then you start depending on that to make yourself feel better. It's a negative habit and experiences a dopamine rush. Your brain remembers it as something that is making you feel good. So then when it comes up and you feel negative, you're going to do that again. And shopaholics, well, that's good temporary, but then you end up running a whole big debt. So everything has a consequence, but it's somebody's relief. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to shop, I'm going to feel better. It's something temporary. Another one is workaholic. They try to distract themselves by overly working. Work, work, work. That's not such a dangerous thing, but it's a relief from a stress. Lots of people like to eat when they're stressed. I'm the opposite. I like have no appetite when I'm stressed out. And so they eat and eat, and then they become heavy, and then they hate themselves. So I always say that how you feel about what you're going through, how you feel about yourself, sometimes reflects how you look. Like sometimes, some people don't feel like dressing. They look, you know, it's because they're depressed. So your outside definitely, your inside reflects your outside, and people can tell if something's wrong. A lot of people are like, why aren't you dressing nice? You don't look nice. You look pale. So it always is a self reflection of how you feel. Some people cheat, to make them feel better. It's a little high for them. They get that dopamine rush. They do that, and that's long term effects. Hurting people, hurting their loved ones comes with a lot of consequences, both spiritual and in life. You know, it's all a consequence. So I'm just giving examples of how negative habits are not good. It's a temporary release. And then what happens is our brain starts to associate stress with, okay, now I'm going to go do this so I can feel better. And it becomes a habit. And then so whenever you don't feel good, you're going to go do that little temporary relief, and then you feel better. Smoking is another thing. My husband loves to smoke, and so I tell him all the time it's not good for you, but for him it's a relief from stress, And it's just like second nature. You tell them don't smoke, they're going to smoke anyway. And I always say everyone has their free will. A lot of people said, well, you're a healer, can't you heal him? Not if he doesn't want to, because we all have free will. You can't force someone to stop smoking just because you want them to stop. So smoking is very not good for our health, as everyone knows, but it's a temporary relief to for them because it's an addiction. So they relate to the stress by going to the cigarette to release them in some way, making them feel more calmer, more relaxed. Alcoholics as well, when they feel stressed out, they can go drink so they can numb their mind. It becomes again a temporary dopamine relief, and they'll go and drink until they've numbed the pain. See, these are all dangerous negative habits. And those are the kind that come with serious side effects. Of course, everyone knows alcohol. You can drink it on occasion, but when it becomes a habit, it's very deadly. So today's show is just about knowing the deeper psychological root between the negative habits and why we develop them in the first place. Are we bored? Do they make you feel good? I mean, it's negative habits, including stress and deeper emotional triggers. So things will trigger you to go and get the little relief that you need. There's a connection between your behavior and your beliefs. You may know something's bad for you, but the short term comfort it provides creates an internal conflict. To resolve this conflict, people go and they go to their habit rather than changing it. So they rather just go from what makes them feel better. So this is a funny story. This man wanted to stop smoking because he was a very heavy smoker. So the doctor told him, okay, you're going to go on nicotine gum. Whenever you feel like, you know, the urge to smoke, you're going to chew a gum instead. So eventually, you're going to stop smoking eventually. You'll replace that habit with that habit. So he said, well, I'm scared. But what if those gums have like harmful side effects? What if inside it's like not good for you? Then he's like, what do you think cigarettes do? They're even worse. So he didn't want to change his smoking pattern. So his belief was anything else is harmful. He can die from it. But he never even thought that, hey, what you're smoking and what you're doing is even worse than chewing a gum. Because he's like, what if something happens to me when I chew the gum? What if it has certain acid or whatever kind of ingredients in there? So we're like, oh, come on. So people, when they're not ready, they'll make excuses. And if you can't really force anyone, but these are the triggers, the internal conflict that happens. Negative habits come from conditioning, different triggers that make you feel like overeating, over smoking. It's like the response, automatic response. So now if I feel stressed, what would I do? I would drink a chamomile tea while other people might just go smoke a cigarette or whatever. So it's what you're used to doing. Habits are always tied to certain times of the day, like certain people, like I know with my husband, certain times of the day, when it's time for him to eat, he'll smoke right after. Or people that have coffee, they like to drink it in the morning. So there are different times. Certain people have different times of the day or locations. For example, some people go to the beach and they're like, okay, well, when I'm at the beach, I have a drink. So these are different habits, different triggers, different emotions. So it always loops from one to the other, the routine, and then they feel like this is their reward. I know when I used to love going out to the mall when I was younger, I would associate the mall with coffee. Okay, I'm going to have my coffee and then we're going to look around the whole mall. So that was my thing. My happiness was having a cup of coffee and then looking around and, looking. I felt like the coffee always reminded me of being out and having fun, looking good, dressing good, shopping, and having fun, being outside. So that was one of my stuff. Like it made me feel really good just knowing that. So whenever I used to, it was really crazy because whenever I used to feel depressed, I used to get an urge to get a coffee. And I think unconsciously, definitely, it was because the coffee reminded me of being out, having fun, going around and enjoying, the mall or whatever when I was much younger. So yeah, everything associates with everything. It's like the emotion connects to the emotion, the memory, and even a song. Even a song. When you're in your car and the certain song will trigger some emotions. They might make you feel very sensitive, very, it brings out an emotion out of you. So that's what the negative habits is about: maintaining comfort, stress, anxiety, emotions that make you feel, and then it's like a temporary escape out of it. So it's kind of hard to break the cycle when you're used to it, but you can do it, of course. So it's our comfort zone. It's our comfort zone. Our brains resist change because familiar habits, even negative ones, feel safe and predictable. Stepping out of this comfort zone for a new behavior is challenging. So to switch it, it will be a little bit of a challenge, but again, you can do it. So the underlining of habits is always repetitive. It's not like something that just comes. A habit is like you're always going to do it on and on. And they become neurological through the mind pathways that becomes automatic. So again, some people associate whenever I eat, I'm going to have a cigarette. I don't smoke, but I'm giving an example. So people that go and they eat right away, they'll have a cigarette. Oh, I'm digesting it. So that's something that comes automatic for them. And the more you practice the habit, guess what? The stronger it gets. So it becomes part of your everyday living. These patterns, when you always do them, becomes even harder to break. So good luck with that. So it's just about realizing that you have a negative pattern and actually trying to change it. That's what we'll talk about later. But right now, we want to understand what happens. So the brain, neurological, it allows it to become a new path. That means that with consistent effort, negative habits can be replaced with positive ones, of course. So you have to always address it. And everyone has something that they like to do, but we're trying to see that negative habits always mean something, and the deeper underlining version of what you're trying to mask. So everything is like a problem. Basically, when you feel negative, it's like something that it's like a puzzle where you could break from it, but it's like decoding it because everything has a solution. So some people worry and worry to death. I was the same way when I was younger. I used to worry about everything. I'm surprised that I don't have white hair at 20s, but anyway. So I used to worry, worry, worry. And it's actually you get nowhere by worrying, just sick, anxious and nervous. So it's about decoding it and thinking of, okay, I'm worried, but what's the solution? And 90% of our fears never come true unless it's something that, okay, someone's sick. And even then, with proper how we handle it, we can focus and say, kind of calm ourselves. So changing the temporary relief provided by these negative habits, knowing that they are harmful, especially if it's like alcoholism, smoking is not good for you, and a whole bunch of other things that is not good, drugs, right? People, how that's why it's almost impossible. I mean, yes, people do get off drugs, yes, but it's very hard to because in their mind it's a temporary relief, a temporary high, and then they want to feel that again. So they do it again and again and again. And then it's hard to break free because you're like, guess what? It feels good, even though it's bad for you. But the moment you take it, you feel good, and then you just want to feel that good again. And that's very hard to break. So it's all about self awareness and choosing healthier options. And that's where it goes to really acknowledging what you're heading for. What is it doing to you? just like making a little journal and writing everything down and seeing the good and bad. So, for example, okay, smoking makes me temporarily feel good, but the side effects is so bad because you could get so many diseases off it. So it's like weighing it down. You really have to really want to stop, because if you don't want to stop, you're not going to stop no matter what people tell you. It's all up to you and your brain. If you want to stop, you're going to stop. If you don't want to stop, it's just going to keep repeating. It's a habit and a bad one. So realizing this and knowing that, if you continue, it's just not going to make you feel good. Long term, focus on the long term effects of these things. Ah, you're so cute. What is your habit, Anne? Tell me, and I'll break it down for you. Some people mask the problem. You see what I mean? It's masking the problem. Let's say I'm worried, I'm masking it with, okay, now I'm going to go, for example, because I don't do this, but just saying I'm going to go drink and numb my mind. It's masking the problem. Down inside you, it's a deeper problem. This is just like putting tape over and saying, okay, now I'm going to go do this and then I'll feel better. So it's really challenging, and you have to dig deep why you feel that way. Everything branches. So let's say something's worrying you. There's something that stems from something that happened from something. It's all like a domino effect. It's going down. Oh, smoking. It's like my husband, but my husband is the funniest of all. He goes from, I'm talking to him on FaceTime. He already went to his third cigarette. I'm like, hello, you just had one. He goes on and on and on. I know it's very hard because I'm not a smoker, but I know it's very hard. And, but it's just replacing it with something else. My friend used to tell me, she was a smoker too. She said, I don't really like the smoking, but I'm used to it with my hand. It's like a habit. So their reasons, every reason is different, but just know it does hurt your insides, unfortunately. Maybe get a healthier version. But they all have side effects, even vaping. Vaping is not good. You see, it's hard. It is a hard addiction to break. It really is. And stress makes you want to smoke, they tell me. Anger it just makes you calm down. So kind of replacing it. We're going to talk about that right after these messages. We will be back to how to solve this problem. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned, everyone.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought. All right, so we are live, Paradise Studios, New York. Give yourself a round of applause for coming out tonight. Woo!
Did you know that retrograde season is a great time to review your health, fitness, wellness, and nutritional goals? Hello, I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, the founder of Holistic Fitness located in Queens. I help women over 40 get strong and remind them that weights are their friend. I'm a certified and licensed holistic personal trainer and have been in the health, fitness, and wellness industry for 40 plus years. In the last 15 years, I have implemented many healing modalities into my practice. What does this mean for you? It means you're getting a revolutionized health, fitness, wellness, and nutritional prescription plan with you in mind. I'm a Reiki master, medical astrologer, master of numerology, card creator, and card reader. For more information, email healingwithin76@gmail.com. I do look forward to helping you revolutionize your health, fitness, wellness, and nutritional goals.
Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back for more transforming negative habits. So let's start with the first one, mindful recognition. The first step in changing a negative habit is to become fully aware of it. Pay attention to the triggers. What is triggering you? What thoughts, emotions that lead to that habit? So it's just like a pattern. Something happens for it to go to a thought, which a thought becomes a manifestation. So keep a journal or track it down and why you engage in this behavior. What is making you do it? So for example, what's making me drink my coffee at the mall? It used to make me feel happy knowing that I'm outside having a drink. It used to create happy memories for me. For you, and something triggers you. I know usually I've heard sometimes with smoking it's to calm your stress. Isn't it like a natural release? I don't know. But maybe that could be it. It could be a bunch of things where, you just feel like smoking. There's no reason. But I know for certain people, they like to drink their coffee, then smoke, eat, then smoke. Before they go to bed, smoke. My husband smokes like 100 times a day. And I tell him no smoking. But, anyways, that's just talking to myself. Okay, acknowledge. What you do is you acknowledge the harm. Reflect on the long term consequence in this habit and just think about it. I know now it's been 50 years for you, so that's a very long time and it's really hard to break the habit, but you still could do it if you want to. It's always if you want to. Write down the negative impacts it has on your health, mental well being, relationships, and overall life satisfaction. This helps to bring us a stronger case against the temporary relief. So I know a friend of mine, she smokes, and her boyfriend would never kiss her because he said that her breath smelled really bad. So that was so funny. So you can see, like, you can kind of analyze it and see how it makes you feel. I know my dad, he stopped smoking. He told me, you know what, Linda? It's all in your mind. If you really want to, you could. And how did he stop smoking? With chewing a gum. He used, whenever he had the urge, he used to chew on it. I know nicotine is probably the hardest. They say it's like a drug all on its own. So just write things down, see what physically, how do you feel when you smoke? What is happening before you smoke? What is pulling you to it? Is it like a habit where you just feel like smoking, or does it feel like you're just stressed out and you need to smoke? So there's like a difference, and there's different reasons why things happen, but realizing your trigger and what is pulling you to that door. There must be something. Okay, so start seeing the habit not as a source of comfort, but as a barrier to achieving your goals and well being. So think about it. If you really want to stop, it's all up to you and your goals. If this is one of your goals, think of it for your well being. Say to yourself, well, I have to stop because it's, and then go down the line for my health, for my mental health. Some people actually get forgetful, believe it or not. I know a lady that smoked a lot, and she told me, I don't know, I think it's burning my brain cells. And she made me laugh. I said, why do you say that? And she's like, because whenever I smoke, I start getting forgetful. Like, I don't remember things like I used to. That was like, oh, great, I told her. So, yeah, there's a lot of things. I guess it's the brand. Who knows? But retraining yourself. Then the next one is imagine the negative habit as a chain holding you back. Isn't that a good one? So just look at it like, wow, it's holding me back from something. Visualize yourself breaking free from this chain and embracing a healthier lifestyle for yourself. Do it for yourself so you can make yourself feel good. That's the number one thing, making yourself feel better. Now, this is where it gets interesting, replacing the habit with positive alternatives. Okay? So you find that the healthier activities, so basically things limit you. If you're smoking, sometimes depends on your lungs. You can't do certain things like you used to. Maybe you cough a lot. I know my dad used to spit out a lot of black phlegm. He used to tell me, oh my gosh, why am I poisoning myself? So just by retraining your brain, it's all your perspective. So think of healthier activities to do. Like when you smoke, then see it like, okay, what can I replace it with? Deep breathing, right? That's a good one. Deep breathing. Sometimes that won't work because you still have that nicotine rush. Physical activity, maybe go for a walk, the gym, stretch yourself, kind of try to get your mind into meditation. I've heard acupressure also helps. There's a pressure in back of your, it's like in back of your ear where they press on it, and it's very good for um, the nicotine. It's like it stimulates something for the smokers. That's what they were doing to my husband, but he used to do that and then smoke right after. So I don't know if that works. Don't expect to quit the habit if you're ready to overnight because it doesn't happen that fast. There's a lot of steps to take, and especially if it's been that long, you know, you're going to want to do deeper. It's deeper stuff. There's always something inside you that's making you feel a certain way. After a while, it just becomes like a habit day and night. Okay, the next one is gradually releasing and reducing the negative habit from stimulating. Basically, let's say if you overeat when you're anxious, begin by taking only one snack with a fruit or a walk, because that's a big one. I know a lot of people that when they're stressed out, they eat a lot. And boy, do they eat a lot. So taking one snack at a time and realizing that that's what you're doing. You have to be conscious of your habit and what you're doing for you to change it. Okay. The next one is creating new pathways. The brain's neuroplasty allows for the new habits to be repeated in action. So basically, you want to practice the more positive one. Eventually, the positive will become positive for you. So let's say now you feel like an urge to smoke. Take some deep breaths, see if it works. Tapping. There's also called EFT where you can tap it out. So what you do is this. You go to the top of your head. It's a whole process. And then you say, even though I feel like smoking, I love and accept myself. So look it up later. It's EFT. I'm not a practitioner of it, but I've seen it happens and it does help people. What it does is you tap out the meridians and you go from there, then you go here. Even though I really feel like smoking, I love and accept myself. You always have to leave it with, I love and accept myself. And then you tap here. Even though it's really, really tempting to smoke, for example, I love and accept myself. Then you go here. Even though this feeling is overwhelming, I love and accept myself. Then you go here. This temptation of mine, this habit of mine, I love and accept myself. Then you go here. This is getting really hard, but I know I can do it because I know it's going to make me feel better. I love and accept myself. Then you go here. Even though this feeling is overwhelming and I really want to, I love and accept myself. Then you go here under your arm. This habit of smoking is really, really tempting me. I love and accept myself. And you know, we'll bring it down a notch. So try it out, Anne. I know it's a long step. You probably won't remember it afterwards. Rewind it and watch it because those are the meridian points. And everyone has, of course, the tapping is going into your meridians and it's releasing the stuck energy. So you're tapping into that energy that you're kind of unblocking into your body. Now, there are different ways to do this. You can say it in different ways. Now, if I knew what was triggering you, I could say it. But for example, you can say like, oh, I feel anxious. That's why I'm smoking. So then you say, I love and accept myself. Oh, you did? Good. How did it feel? Did it bring it down a notch? Did it bring it down a notch? We'll do it again if you want. If you want me to do it again, I will. Let me know. So yeah, it unblocks. These are all meridian points. So when you tap in them, they unblock the neurological. So that's something you can do on your own. You don't need any, you can do a healing. There's a lot of ways you can get rid of the habit only if you want to. So you can try Reiki, you can, but I think that this is good to do on your own. Oh, wow, that's good. Well, let's do it one more time. You ready? Okay, let's go. I'm going to say it because I feel anxious. All right, here we go. So say, even though I feel anxious and I really want to smoke, take a deep breath. I love and accept myself. Again, this feeling that I feel, I really want to go get a cigarette. I love and accept myself. Okay, now go here, under the bone. This energy is pulling me to a cigarette. I know it's not good for me, but I love and accept myself. Then go under your nose. I feel really stressed out and the cigarette is calling my name. I love and accept myself. To your chin. Even though I feel really anxious and I really want to smoke really bad, take a deep breath and exhale out. I love and accept myself. Now go here. These are all meridian points. Now go here and start. Even though this feeling of smoking a cigarette is so tempting right now, I love and accept myself. Under your arm. I know I shouldn't do it because it's not healthy, but I love and accept myself. Now take a deep breath. And then go right here. This is the last part. This anxious feeling that I get, I know it will help me. It probably will feel better temporary if I smoke, but I'm not going to do it. I love and accept myself. Okay, now from 1 to 5, and tell me how you feel. That's just an example of how you can tap it out, and you can tap out anything you want. You could tap out smoking, overeating. You can tap out. These are natural ways of doing it yourself because you can also heal yourself by the words that you use. So let me know, Anne, from 1 to 5, how do you feel? I'm curious. Okay, now don't expect to be perfect. There are times that you're going to slack off, and it is part of the process. You're not going to just miraculously, it's going to get better, but then, oh, wow, wow, way to go, Anne. Yay, that's awesome. Well, I hope it helps someone else that's watching. That is so cool. So remember the process. Don't forget it. If you slip back, don't worry because it's a negative habit. Don't dwell on it and say, oh, I'm discouraged. I shouldn't have done that. It's okay. It's part of the process. But if you're committed to change, you will change. It's a learning opportunity, and slacking off is okay. You can catch yourself and say, aha, I did it. And I know I shouldn't have, but I did it anyway. But it's okay because we're supporting you. And if you really want to stop, we're here to applaud you. You did great, Anne. I'm so proud of you. Also, surround yourself with supportive people. Like me, I'll cheer you on. We're encouraging you that if there's a will, there is a way. And you can do anything you put your mind to as long, again, as if you want to. There's always support groups and people that will motivate you like myself. I will cheer you on. That is awesome. It really is awesome. And visualize your future. Remind yourself that these short-term benefits of the negative habit, it's just short-term. So it's just going to keep making you go back and doing it again. But it's not going to help you. Now, it's going to better your health. It's going to give you peace of mind, and it's going to keep you. This will be your goal, that I could do it and I will do it. And you're going to celebrate yourself. You're going to celebrate yourself, and you're going to reach milestones and achievements. There's people that have eating disorders. There's always an underlying reason, and everything goes deep down And instead of masking it, you have to realize that every obstacle is like a pathway, and you have to know why it's happening. There's reasons you would never think about. That's why they're trained professional therapists that come and they analyze your whole. Good. I'm happy, Anne. You're very welcome. I'm so happy I helped you. So they come and they analyze your childhood, this and that. So things are very deep, and there's always a thought from another thought. Everything happened from one thought that became a belief, and then it became an action. So everything is the mind. What we believe in, what traumas we went through, it all affects us in different ways. Some people go through a lot of, stress, and they just feel very overwhelmed. And I don't blame them. It's not easy, but everyone heals differently. So what could work for you might not work for other people. And that's why I have a whole list of different services that I offer, that I do long distance healings where I help people in different ways, in person, and mostly it's remote. I haven't done in person for a little while, but yes, and they will guide you. So the 2-page channeling, candle manifestation channeling, will guide you step by step. And they tell you how to do things where you can, because I could give you a healing, but guess what? At the end of it all, you're going to return back to your thoughts. So it's always two-part. I give you a healing. It will last as long as you do, what was recommended to help heal you. You have to also put in the work, because it's not going to magically it'll heal you, but it'll last longer if you participate. So let's say, for example, like I'm telling you, how to get rid of these habits. It will help you as long as you help yourself. Because if you don't help yourself, guess what? That healing will feel good, but it's not going to last as long. You'll be cleansed, but then you're going to go play in the mud again. No, we want you to heal. I used to always ask my guides, I said, how come when I do a healing, I told them, they feel good at the moment, and then a week later they come and they call me, they don't feel good again. Then they told me, because they have to heal themselves too. You can't think for them. You can send them the energy, but then guess what? They're going to have to do the work too. So that's where the channeling comes in. I stopped once when I was in the hospital for 4 months. It's okay. It's okay, Anne. You're a strong cookie. It happens. And you know what? You can do it all over again if you want to. It's okay. At least you did it for 4 months. Heck, I know some people that do it for a day. I applaud you anyways. Welcome, Kendall. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so happy that you're on. We're going to take a very quick commercial break, and I will be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned, everybody.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought. All right, so we are live, Paradise Studios, New York. Give yourself a round of applause for coming out tonight. Woo!
Did you know that retrograde season is a great time to review your health, fitness, wellness, and nutritional goals? Hello, I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, the founder of Holistic Fitness located in Queens. I help women over 40 get strong and remind them that weights are their friend. I'm a certified and licensed holistic personal trainer and have been in the health, fitness, and wellness industry for 40 plus years. In the last 15 years, I have implemented many healing modalities into my practice. What does this mean for you? It means you're getting a revolutionized health, fitness, wellness, and nutritional prescription plan with you in mind. I'm a Reiki master, medical astrologer, master of numerology, card creator, and card reader. For more information, email healingwithin76@gmail.com. I do look forward to helping you revolutionize your health, fitness, wellness, and nutritional goals.
Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. More on negative habits and how to transform them to positive. Did you notice that some people will stress out because some people are very controlling, so they will stress out because they can't control things. So that's one of the underlying roots of a lot of people that have anxiety, stress, and fear, and they can make it into a very negative path. So my thing is like never try to control anyone, because everyone has their own choices and they will do what they want to do. Basically, you can't control anyone, never ever, and they will just do it. And then by you being controlling, you will make yourself sick because you can't hold on to them. You see, it's all kind of a power game that some people have, and then they go on to their negative habits, controlling. That's a big one. I wanted to bring that up. A lot of control freaks. So that again will stem you down a very dark pathway. Being controlling will not only hurt you, it will hurt others. And then when you can't control the person, some people go and they try to control other people of how you think of them. So people that do this just steer themselves on the wrong path, because you know what you're doing is negative karma. And not only that, people will know how you are by the way you reflect to others. If you sit here bad mouthing people all the time, the smart people will know that there's something wrong with you, because normal, nice people and people with good intentions do not go bad mouthing. Sure, you can give your opinion, but intentionally hurting people is not a good karma at all. And that's where that could be their dopamine release, and try to like manipulate and narcissist and all that stuff. It goes way back deep. And then that's how their negative spiral begins down a dark path. So, you have to really, really be considerate and think of what road you're going, what you're projecting, because everything comes from the inside. Like I said, everything is a thought and what you believe in. People could tell you anything, but it's up to you how you see things. Are you going to believe it or you're not? How you're observing them. So always be an observer and notice like how people are reacting towards you. See how their actions are, and from there you can make your own judgments. So that's what I wanted to bring up. Negativity. Negative things will bring you to negative thoughts, negative actions, negative beliefs. They all come hand in hand together. Positivity will make you shine, be happy, positive energy, and a healthy life. So always do self-reflection. Affirmations are another thing. When you have negative habits, you want to go into the mirror and start talking nice to yourself, because guess who your best friend is? Yourself. How you think of yourself. What are you talking? What are you saying to yourself? Are you speaking nice to yourself? Well, go in there and really look at yourself and tell yourself. And some people feel funny doing it. But tell yourself how you love yourself, how you appreciate yourself. You're beautiful. Talk nice to yourself. Remember, the energy you give yourself is how you see others too. See with kind eyes. There's some people, everything again is a manifestation in the body. So if something's off, for example, I know this man that always worries about his life, and he always sees things negative. No matter if it's a positive, he will say, no, it's negative. So I'm like, oh my goodness. But anyway, so guess what? At age 40 something, he ends up getting cataracts. Now, where do you think that came from? How he's seeing life. He's seeing it totally negative. And not only one thing, because we all have negative thoughts, but he's seeing everything no matter positive, in a negative way. So your body will respond to the energy it's giving. Your cells will be happy or they will be sad. What are you putting in your body? What thoughts are you putting in your body? What food are you putting in your body? All reflects the insides. So you have to be mindful and think to yourself, is this serving my highest good? Is it making me feel good? Do I feel good when I speak this way? Words are energy. Are they uplifting you or are they pulling you down? I know people that use the F word constantly, part of their daily life. Like they just use it as if nothing's happening. I'm like, you know, constant cursing constantly. So words lift you up or pull you down. Sure, if you're angry, you want to release it, but not for every other word that comes out of your mouth. I'm like, what the heck? So words are very powerful. They are your wand. What you speak, will they lift you? So positive affirmations are very good. And you can write them on your refrigerator. You can motivate yourself to help you with your negative habit. You can inspire yourself. You can do all the work. You can heal yourself, you really can. It's all about how you go about it. And you can put positive affirmations up. So things go in hand, and it's always out for the better, always to uplift you so you could feel happy and enjoy life. Why feel sick? Why go through life feeling sick when you can make it happy? It's all our choices. Everything leads you somewhere. Every problem we have is leading us somewhere. Even our dark times. In one of my channelings, they said, never scream at the darkness because the darkness brought you to the light. You see, we do have to experience dark to appreciate the light sometimes. It's true. And that's why I wrote my book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, and it's available on healingsonthego.com. So I went through a lot of darkness, anxiety, and stress. And back then, I had no motivation. I didn't know any affirmations or anything. So we're all learning. No one is perfect. You can never judge anyone's soul. You never know what people are going through till you walk in their shoes. That's why my parents always taught us never judge anyone. Even the homeless people, they say, oh, they're garbage. No, they're not garbage. They just have, God knows what they went through. So we're more sympathetic and we try to understand why they went through that. And if we can help them, we can. But never make fun of no one's soul, because everyone that walks this planet will have a life review and you will see how you made them feel. Welcome, Helen. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. So you will see how you made that person feel. It's so hot in here. So never judge anyone and always try to think how you can help them. By judging them, you're just putting them down. If you can help them, help them. Do not do that. Anyways, so back to negativity and negative habits. Visualize your future. Remind yourself that this is a long-term goal. You're going to overcome your negative habit and it's going to improve your life. As you reach your milestones in the breaking habits, celebrate your achievements, even if it's little, like, wow, if you always used to smoke right after a meal and you don't, give yourself a round of applause. You did it. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Give yourself an award. Be happy. Praise yourself. Why not? You're doing good, because it's really hard to break habits, especially if it's for that long. By shifting your focus from temporary relief to long-term wellness, it's like running a marathon. You can do it. By constantly practicing positive alternatives, you can gradually replace these harmful habits with your behavior and your will to do it. You can do it if you want to do it. Okay? So everything takes time, motivation. If you do slack off, don't get bummed out, because guess what? At least you tried. At least you tried, and you could try again and keep going, and don't give up. That's a number one thing. Never give up in life, because things are always happening for the best. Even if we go through struggles, the ending will be good. Why? Because there's another journey just waiting. When you close one door, another better one opens. And then guess what? You'll be happy that you went through that dark time because it brought you to a better life, a better path. So bless the darkness and always give thanks to our Creator and thanks for life. Every day is a new chapter, a new beginning. And by setting your morning, you can set the whole day by waking up with a positive attitude and knowing, you know what? I'm blessed to be alive today. I'm going to make this day the best day ever. And even if you feel in a cranky mood, that's okay. But don't stay in it too long because guess what? Time flies here on earth. And when you go back to the other side and you see that you wasted so much time being depressed and being miserable, you can be like, wow, that was totally a waste. I remember before I was born. That's why I wrote a book about it. So check it out. Again, this is my book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light. And yes, it was a darkness to the light. So you can read about my adventure and what I went through. So everybody hang in there. Better days are coming, and know these temporary setbacks are just that. They are setbacks that are holding you back for a reason. Everything is for a reason. They are no There's coincidences, there's no coincidence. Things are happening in sequence. Things are happening from one to the other, like a domino, one to the others, because it's leading you to another path. And it depends on how we're gonna go to the other journey. Are we gonna go happy or are we gonna go miserable? That part is up to us. How we're gonna perceive everything. It's all our perception and how we think. So give gratitude for every day is a blessing. Even when it rains, it's beautiful. It's just like a cleansing of the earth, the cleansing of the earth and the watering of the trees. Everything is very magical. We always have to tune into the energy and motivate ourselves every day. Take it day by day. Take deep breaths. Release what does not serve your highest good and retrain your mind. It takes practice and time, but you know what? You can do it. Focus only on what you want. Because if you keep focusing on the negative, it will bring you to negative. If you keep focusing on positive, it's going to open that door. We're aligning with different energies right now. So you want to stay on the higher vibration so that you can bring it. See it like it already happened. Wow, I just won the $1,000,000. See it happening. What do you have to lose? But you have a lot to lose if you worry a lot, because then it's going to make you feel sick. You're welcome, man. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. You guys are awesome. God bless each and every one of you. You can find me at healingsonthego.com. I'm at TikTok, healingsonthego.com, Linda DeVitas. And sometimes I give free card reading, one free question, one card. So I'm on lives on Facebook, X, Instagram. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. You guys are great. God bless each and every one of you. Have a great night, everybody.